Okay. So, yeah, let's get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about collocations, and that's actually the bulk of the vocab for today. So, all the vocab that you're going to be learning today is going to be, as I said, collocations. In general, what is a collocation? I have to sneeze, but I can't sneeze. That's really sad. Do you guys hate that feeling? I hate sneezing. Sneezing is terrible. Yeah, so what is a collocation? A collocation is two words that are commonly used together. There are a lot of different types of collocations, and idiomatic language is actually also sometimes a collocation. It's kind of a very wide topic. There's a lot of things for this, but in order to use collocations correctly, here's what I recommend. Watch a lot of YouTube. A lot of native speakers on YouTube, specifically YouTubers, like, for example, PewDiePie or PenguinZ0, any kind of popular YouTubers that they make different kinds of content about some kind of topic. They use these types of idioms all the time in their speaking. This is why I don't recommend watching TEDx, Friends, or any kind of thing like that, because they don't really use collocations. They just use TV language. They just use normal language. That's not normal language, more like academic language. Whereas YouTubers specifically, they use a lot of the commonly used words, a lot of different kinds of phrases that are used in real English. And that is what your IELTS test is looking for. The IELTS test doesn't need you to be like a TEDx speaker. They need you to be somebody who understands normal English. And YouTubers and podcast YouTubers, vloggers, specifically people that make vlogs and videos of themselves going to different countries or something like that, they use the most real English, authentic English that real native speakers use. So this is why I always recommend that, because this is how people speak actually. So yeah. But anyway, today we're going to be going over a lot of different types of collocations, and you're going to be understanding how to look for them, how to find them, and what they are. So let's get into it. Yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. They sound correct to a native speaker. This is kind of a funny thing. I guess it's kind of like a superpower that native speakers have in English. Like, when I hear two words together, I instantly know whether they sound good or they don't sound good. And this is something that a lot of students don't really understand. This is something that doesn't really make sense. How can you just say whether something sounds good or not? Because I know what collocations are popularly, because I listen to English for hours on a daily basis. One of the reasons why I recommend you guys to watch 3 to 4 hours of YouTube every day is because I watch 3 to 4 hours of YouTube every day. When I'm preparing course materials, whenever I'm eating, whenever I'm about to go to sleep, all this time I'm watching YouTube. I watch a lot of stuff, and the same channels that I watch, I actually recommend, because they have real authentic English. And this is how I understand what sounds correct, because I know what people are saying. I know how people speak. I read a lot of stuff on the internet, and I know how people actually speak. So this is what collocations basically are. So yeah, sorry for that lengthy explanation. I hope now you completely understand. In general, a lot of teachers are going to tell you about collocations, and that's because they are really important. Just they are the basis of your test. Also, if you do not use any popular collocations or idiomatic language, which go hand in hand most of the time, they are together, you cannot get higher than 7 for your speaking. Just keep that in mind. This is one of your criteria for lexical resource. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it. We could describe a night out as great fun, but we could not describe it as big fun. Similarly, we could describe the rain as being heavy rain, but we could not say that it was weighty or big rain. Yeah, that's kind of that. These are not collocations. These are not things that sound good together, but heavy rain sounds good together. There is no problem with describing rain as big, because big is an adjective and rain is a noun. So they technically go together, but saying big rain sounds strange. Saying heavy rain sounds logical, it makes sense, and it has a real meaning, right? This is kind of the thing. One more thing is, there's a lot of adjectives that sound funny on purpose, and a lot of ways that native speakers break the rules. And you're going to be finding this a lot. For example, big rain. I would potentially say big rain in a lot of situations. I would say, oh, there's some big rain coming up. That sounds correct, not because I said it, but because I'm breaking the rule on purpose. So it's kind of like how, with music or with any kind of art, if you want to break the rules, first you have to know how to use them, right? A lot of painters, they teach you to paint the exact correct way before you can change the rules. So it's the same with speaking. Before you can say something like big rain and it'll be correct, you have to learn how to say it the way that sounds good and actually correct, not like the rule break thing. So yeah, let's get into it. The first type is adverb plus adjective. So these are like, making adjectives sound more important. So for example, it's vitally important to learn collocations. Vitally is an adverb. It comes from the word vital. You can also say, one second, it's vital to learn collocations. So this is another way that you can describe it. This is just an adjective by itself. It's vital to learn. But, one second, it is vital to learn collocations. But in this case, it's vitally important to learn collocations. And this sounds a lot more weighty. It sounds a lot more heavy. Like vitally important means it's very, very important. But it's better than saying very important. I'm terribly sorry. Great collocation. The baby was fast asleep. Fast asleep is, by the way, another collocation that is just like very popular, but it doesn't really make sense when you think about it, but also it makes sense because native speakers say it. It would be utterly stupid not to learn collocations. I'm completely satisfied with his explanation. Note that the adverb can often be replaced with the simpler words very or really, but try to avoid these and use a more advanced collocation. Yeah, 100%. So as I said, like you could say it's very important, but very important doesn't sound nearly as cool, and also it doesn't give you as many lexical resource points. By using these kinds of difficult collocations, you gain more and more lexical resource points. So yeah, I'm not saying that there's like a lot of points. It's not like on a test where it's like every time you use a collocation you get a point. But actually, that's kind of how it works. Because if you don't use these collocations, the examiner is going to think, oh, okay, he doesn't know them. But if you use just a couple of them, you put them into your speech, then the examiner will know, basically. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Delicious. Let's continue. So these were adverb plus adjective. These are the most common. There's like a lot of them out there. Now let's move on to the next type, which is also quite common. Let me make it look nice. Adjective plus noun. So adjective plus noun is when you have some kind of adjective with a noun. And in this case, kind of like heavy rain, you can use other adjectives. There's no problem with you using other adjectives, but it doesn't sound as good. It sounds much better whenever you're using these specific adjectives. It's just it is what it is. These are the things that people say. One second, I'm trying to make my light look good. Okay, is that no? Wait, 10. Okay, good, nice. Yeah. So the first one is heavy rain. Heavy rain. It just sounds good. You can say, big rain. Big rain doesn't sound good. You can say ample rain. That's another ample. There's like replacements, and there's more than one collocation for most nouns. So for example, chance, you can say there's a strong chance. You can say there's a big chance. You can say there's a hefty chance. But strong chance is a very good collocation. Most adjective plus noun collocations are very interchangeable. There's like a lot of them. So yeah. Let's continue. I'm under severe pressure, which means very strong pressure. Severe means like very strong or very dangerous. It's been a hard day at the office. Excruciating pain. This is also a very, very good collocation. Another thing about collocations is that when you practice collocations specifically, rather than just practicing like an adjective or a noun or a verb by itself, learning the word, is that whenever you're speaking, you don't really have to think about it. Whenever I'm like, talking, and whenever I'm answering a part 2 or part 1, part 3 question, it's very easy for me to just add extra lexical resource because I use collocations. So for example, if I'm planning to use the word pain, I can use the word excruciating pain, and there's not really a big change to the structure. There's not really a big change to what I'm actually saying, but I get higher points anyway without actually having to think about it. And this is how it's so easy for me to speak, because I think in like parts. I don't think of the whole sentence, like the entire sentence. I just think in parts. Like, okay, noun plus verb is going to be there is. There is what? Pain. Okay, I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add an adjective to that. Okay, what adjective works well? Excruciating. There is excruciating pain. here, I want to use here. So what collocation do I have with here? Around here. There is excruciating pain around here. Strange sentence, but I think you understand. Like while I'm speaking, these kinds of like blocks come up. So it's like ding, 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 ding. And by doing this and by learning collocations, you can make it easier for yourself to make your sentences longer, to add more adjectives, to add more nouns and add more verbs and adverbs. Altogether, this is just the best way to learn, especially for IELTS. Anyway, let's continue. I'll give you some more examples. Next is noun plus preposition plus noun, or just noun plus noun. For example, surge of anger or surge of something. Any kind of noun actually works here. Round of applause. This is a very, very strong collocation. Pint of beer, just like some amount of beer. Bottle of water is a strong collocation. You don't think of it as a collocation, but these are all collocations, and you have already learned these. Yeah. Let's continue. Noun plus verb. Lions roar. So what? Sorry. Brain turned off for a second there. Noun plus verb is just any kind of noun together with a verb, and it usually is like what the noun does. So in this case, children played, snow fall. You can say snow fell. You can do different forms for this. All you need to know is that a lot of times the noun has a specific verb that it likes to be together with. So for example, the word like the word snow. The word snow, usually you don't say snow rises. That doesn't make sense. Snow falls. You do not say snow, like snow comes. Usually you say snow falls or snow drifts. Drifting means like falling like this to the side. Snow doesn't always fall directly down. Sometimes it falls like this, like diagonally. So like snow drifts. So usually nouns have a specific verb that they like to be used with. So this is like noun plus verb. And lastly, verb plus noun is like the verb plus the object that it usually likes to be with. Send something, send an email, arrange an appointment, answer the phone. This is kind of the same, except usually this is the subject plus the verb, and this is the verb plus the object. So yeah, and it's different for each verb and for each noun. You will just learn to practice, and I think you already know some of these. It's not difficult for you. It's just you need to visualize and you need to understand in your head that sometimes it's better to use a specific word just because this is how people say it. So, yeah. Yes. IELTS examiners will be listening out for effective use of collocations when you're doing your speaking test. They will also look for good use of them in your writing test. In short, appropriate and accurate use of them will boost your score. Appropriate and accurate. Yeah. You should make collocations part of your vocabulary building process. When you learn a new word, you should find out which words it collocates with. A quick Google search will help you with all the main collocations easily. Just by searching, you can search any word collocation. So for example, you can search up the word like, average. So average collocation. Let's do this together. I'm going to show you an example real quick. One moment. Let me change my screen. I apologize, but I have like 1 million links on my Google because this is the way life works. So let's do this. Let's look at the word. Let's look at the word average. So average collocations. Verb. Average collocation. Collocations with average in English. There's a lot of websites that you can use for this. Word reference is pretty good. Translateen, I guess, is pretty good. Let's take a look at it. So average collocations. Average, adjective. Very average, fairly average, above average, below average. And here are some examples. Average noun. Annual average, national average. Verb plus average. Arrive at the average. Calculate the average. Find the average. Preposition. Above average, which is a very cool preposition. Here are some explanations of the word collocation, why learn collocations, how to use collocations. Simple, easy. Let's take a look at another word. I guess here's another word from the list. Let's say accept. So average is a noun or an adjective. Let's look at the word accept. This is a verb. So accept collocation. Here's the Macmillan Macmillan Dictionary. So here are some collocations. Macmillan Dictionary is a cool site. Let's look at both translateen, translate-en, translateen. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at the Macmillan Dictionary. So accept means to take something that is given to you. So here's the definition, and here are some collocations. Gladly accept, graciously accept, reluctantly accept, or willingly accept. These are adverbs. Noun, so accept what? So nouns frequently used as the object of accept. So accept what? Accept an apology, accept an invitation, accept an offer. Adverbs frequently used with accept in terms of agree to do something. So commonly accept, generally accept, or accepted, or universally or widely. So for example, marketing is a term so widely accepted, which means popularly people agree with this. And even more examples. Let's look at the Translateen website. Accept, verb. Take, receive. Gladly, graciously, gratefully, willingly. Verb plus accept. Be glad to accept. Be reluctant to. No. Accept the gift from my sister. Accept from someone. Usually you say accept what from, accept what meaning like accept the gift from my sister. And even more examples. Basically, just use Google. Really, it's not that difficult, and I think you guys can see from the examples that I gave you that it's not that big of a difference. You're not changing a lot in your preparation. You're just writing down the information. Okay, if we take a look, one moment. Dun, 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 dun. California. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Here we go. Okay, so one moment. Sorry. I'm finding the material that I'm going to send you guys. Here we go. Okay, so here is the presentation that I want you guys to take a look at. I don't know whether all of you can open the presentation on your phones. Maybe you can, maybe not. I'm gonna probably show you guys with the internet. So here's a presentation from my other channel, IELTS 9 by Alex. Here I am talking about. I'm not talking about specifically. I'm just literally. It's a presentation where I'm going to show you. Top 10 tips for speaking, top 10 tips for speaking. And I do this presentation sometimes. And here is in the presentation, as you can see, 1 second. We're not going to go through all of it. I'm just going to show you 1 and 2. Okay. Here is how I plan my, 1 moment. Here's how I plan my own vocab book. So as I said before, and as I say to everybody that asks me, I learn, is it sharing the screen? It's not sharing the screen. 1 second. Bruh. Here we go. Yeah. I learn 10 words by myself every single day. 10 new vocab words from different books, from different resources, especially from literature, because there's a lot of really cool words from literature. These are like really high level words, college level, like literally literature level, above 12th grade. And so here's how I usually plan my own vocab books. Here's the word that I'm trying to learn. Here is a synonym. Here is like an explanation. Here are some popular collocations, and here is an example sentence. So for this one word, here are all of the words that help me memorize it. If I don't remember the explanation or the synonym of the word, then I'm going to be able to remember the example sentence. If I don't remember the example sentence, I can remember the collocations. If I don't remember the collocations, I can remember the exact explanation. So by adding all of these layers and by kind of learning everything together at the same time, you can get a much, much higher result just by learning the vocab word and maybe learning the translation in your own language. That doesn't help you nearly as much. So this is how I recommend you to do it. This is how I do it myself. Just kind of a helpful tip. And you can look through the rest of the tips as well. Gratis, free for you guys. It's also on my other channel, and you can, write something in the comments if you want. Anyway, let's continue to the next part of today's lesson. Here it is. Okay. Lesson 14. Yeah. So let's get into some collocations. Here are some of the most important collocations. You do not necessarily need to learn this whole list. I recommend you to read the list, read the examples, and here's what you can do if you want to kind of like practice, right? Do this. Go through the whole list the first time, and then go like this, like bold the collocations which you are already using. So the collocations which are easy for you, you should choose them. Collocations that are easy for you. The collocations that you have not done before, so the collocations that you don't regularly use, go through and make sentences for them. You don't necessarily need to learn it, but just try to maybe speak using those sentences. Speak using these collocations. So, for example, bad breath. Let's say you don't use bad breath, so you can say, you can practice using the sentence, one of my friends has bad breath after he eats a lot of plov. Perfect. So here you just use this word. Now you can just go bold, and you remember how to use it. By kind of practicing using these collocations, you're going to incorporate them into your speech eventually. You're going to find all these collocations in real, authentic native speaker speech. I use these collocations all the time. These are not difficult words. There's nothing difficult about them. The only thing is these are how they are actually used. This is how we actually speak using these words. So let's get into it. I guess we can do this. I'm going to be going through the whole list, and I'm going to be giving you examples by myself of how they're used, what they're used for, different situations when they're used, and giving you some sentences with these words. Let's get into it. One sec. Oh, I forgot. Collocations. Collocations, because we are drinking cola. Okay. Let's get into it. Above average. So this just means more than normal, and this sounds great. Let me give you an example. I recently found a job with an above average salary, and I'm planning to take it. Absolutely necessary. Great collocation for something that you have to do 100%. It is absolutely necessary for you to learn how to plan your vocab in a different way. Abuse drugs. Abuse means to use them too much. So abuse drugs. One of my friends recently died because he was abusing drugs. Sad, but sad. Abuse of power. This is whenever some kind of person in the government or some kind of policeman, they use their power unethically, which means not for the good reasons, for bad reasons. So I hate when policemen abuse their power, especially when they try to arrest foreigners without any reason. Accept defeat. This means to understand that you are losing and that it's okay that you're losing. So accept the fact that you didn't win a game. It can be hard to accept defeat, especially when you have been practicing for so long. Accept an apology. I think it's harder to accept an apology than to give an apology, especially when somebody tried to backstab you. Accept an invitation. My friends tried to invite me to their wedding, but I didn't accept the invitation because they didn't have any plov at the party. Yeah. Okay. Accept responsibility. Responsibility means the task, I guess, not specifically the task, but accepting that you have to do something. So whenever you say accept responsibility, you're saying accepting that you will do it, saying, okay, I'll do it. So let me give an example. When I started this course, I had to accept the responsibility of teaching every single day. Aches and pains. Aches and pains have, there's actually two meanings for this. The first meaning is kind of small, different problems. For example, my back hurts, my head hurts, and another thing is, in terms of marketing, it's the things that people actually are looking for. So for example, one of the main aches and pains for Uzbek students is that they want to have better pronunciation, or they want to have better grammar. So that's aches and pains. To give you an example, doctor, my whole body is going through aches and pains. Can you please prescribe me a hammer so I can hit myself on the head? Sorry, that was a joke. Achieve a goal. This is a great collocation. Just get what you're looking for. You can read the explanations, and I think you will be understanding what they mean. I'm just going to be giving you example sentences from now on, so we're going to go quickly to do all of them. I recently achieved my goal of opening my first IELTS course with every section, which you can be joining starting from tomorrow. There will be more information on the channel Alex Native IELTS. Sorry. Yeah. Act suspiciously. I hate it when my friends are lying to me because they're always starting to act suspiciously. My favorite types of movies are action movies because usually they have the actor Keanu Reeves. I love Keanu Reeves. The active ingredient in I don't know, the active ingredient in Null Grip is I'm not good at medicine. I don't know. The active ingredient of Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola. I don't know. I'm not good at medicine. Active ingredient is basically like the main ingredient. Active volcano. Mount St. Helens was an active volcano around the 1900s, and it killed several people whenever it erupted. I'm actively involved in running 2 Telegram channels, and I am really enjoying this job. Recently, I played in a Tetris tournament, but I didn't win, so I had to admit defeat to the person that beat me. It is against the law in Uzbekistan to kill people. Only in Uzbekistan. Everywhere else, it's okay. I'm joking. There's a lot of stories of earthquakes destroying buildings, and usually when all of the people that live in that house run away, the animals are left all alone. All along means from the very beginning. Very cool phrase. I recommend you to learn this one. I'm going to underline it. I have been teaching. I came to Uzbekistan around 4 years ago, and I have been teaching all along. Sorry, what? All along? No, that you can't actually use that there. The way you would use this if people didn't know about it, if it's like a secret. So, for example, this course has been planned by Mr. Shahzad all along. So this means like from the very beginning. Yeah, so that's like an example, or by Alex and Shahzad all along. All over means like all finished. Another example is like everywhere, but that's a different collocation. So an example of this would be after 1 week, this course will be all over. I am almost certainly going to finish my I was gonna say finish my life. That is that's not a good collocation. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna give you another example. I am almost certainly going on vacation after the 10th of October because I am very tired. Your names should be in alphabetical order whenever we start doing the feedback. There are a lot of alternative energy sources available to different countries. My friend really likes to use alternative medicine because she doesn't believe in drugs like penicillin and antibiotics. I'd like to answer all of your letters if you have any questions about about IELTS Start, which is my all sections course. Answer a prayer. God answers your prayers. Answer a question, I think it makes sense. Answer an advertisement, that makes sense. Answer the door. Whenever people knock on my door, I like to answer it. I like to answer the door when people knock. And so if that makes sense. Any more? Do you have any more of the food that you gave me yesterday? Is the first one, and the second one is I cannot work anymore because I'm very tired. Apply for a job, that makes sense. Arrive on time. Whenever I make an appointment, I try my best to arrive on time, but that doesn't always happen. I broke my leg yesterday, so I'm gonna have to get an artificial limb because I am a robot. Beep, 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 beep. Sorry, that's a joke. Limb means like any kind of leg, arm, or any kind of part of your body. Ask a favor. I think that makes sense. Oh my God, we're not even halfway. Bruh. We're only on B. No. Okay, it's only A, B, C, and D. Good. Okay. I'm tired of these collocations. I'll be honest. Yeah. Just go through the list, read them. I recommend to try to use sentences with each of them. So try to make sentences. Not all of them are difficult. You probably already know at least some of them, or at least most of them, I would say. Let me find a video for today, which we're going to be watching. Here, let's do this. Give me a second. D. Okay, so I'm going to be making a poll in the group right now, and I'm going to be asking you guys about what we're doing today. So, beep. Do. So today, do you guys want to watch some kind of video, which is going to be about collocations or maybe some kind of interesting topic, something like that, or do you want to answer a poll? So as you can remember, for the past couple of lessons, I have been asked. Where are my words? It's already so long. I'm tired. So for the past couple of lessons, as you can remember, I have been asking some kind of question, like for part 1, part 2, part 3, and you have been writing your full answer in the comments. So do you want to watch a video and kind of watch a video, or do you want to answer a poll? So yeah, let's check. Let's see. It's about 50-50. So when we get to like 40 votes, I think 40, we have 40 people in chat. When we get to 40 votes, we'll make the decision, and then we'll start doing stuff. Let me find the video for right now, just so that we can see how it goes. Do. Okay, so we have the poll. Okay, 29 votes. Let's wait for a little bit more. Okay, guys, right now, please answer the poll in your chat. So it's Speaking Course 2. Answer the poll there, and whenever we get to 40 votes, we are going to be what? We are going to be making the decision. So yeah. Do. Okay, there's 34 votes. It's 60-30, so I assume mainly you guys want to watch the video. So let's do it. I'm going to show you the video. This video that I'm going to show you, it's not about collocations, it's about idioms, but it's still kind of similar. It's a video by one of my favorite channels. It's called Domix. He makes a lot of these like comics. His name is Dom, and he makes comics. That's why his channel is called Domix. But yeah, he makes videos about different kinds of topics, but mainly like comedy videos, comedy animation videos. And this topic is really interesting. It's called idioms. It's a great video. So you're gonna like it. Let me show you. We're gonna be watching it, and then we're gonna be answering questions. My mouth is in pain. Wait. Okay, 1 second. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the audio. Tell me if you can hear it. So
turn a blind eye, or refusing to acknowledge.
Raise your hand if you can hear it. Raise your hand if you can hear the audio from the video. Perfect. Okay, I'll take that as yes. So we're going to be watching this video right now. Hopefully you guys are going to like it. As I said, Domix is one of my favorite channels. I'm actually going to be watching together with you because I love this channel. So yeah, let's get into it.
Let's not beat around the bush. Get the hell out of here. This video has been brought to you by NordVPN. The code. If English is not your native language, you may think it's difficult to learn. Well, as someone who grew up speaking English, let me just say, yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. English sucks. It's confusing, there are too many rules and too many exceptions. I before E except on Tuesdays and during full moons or something. The birth of my channel literally begins with a video of how I hate pronouncing the word rural. And now, I'm gonna complain about idioms. Idioms are a group of words established by a usage as having meaning not deducible from those of the individual words, blah blah blah. Basically, figures of speech, alright? Example, raining cats and dogs, meaning it's raining heavily. It's raining a lot. But it has nothing to do with cats and dogs. Who thought of this morbid metaphor? They could have chosen rocks, barrels, tires, anything else that was heavy and not alive. If someone told me it was raining tables and chairs outside, I'd be like, oh man, that's some heavy rain, I should probably stay inside. But if I found out cats and dogs were falling out of the sky, I'd be like, what the f are we waiting for, Jeremy? We gotta save them! Idioms help us express simple feelings in a more illustrated and colorful way. And yes, I did look into the origins of these sayings, but personally, some of them just don't make sense up front. Turn a blind eye, or refusing to acknowledge something which you know to be real.
Turn a blind eye basically means like something is a fact, but you are still believing that it's not. So like, for example, if you know that somebody is doing something wrong, but you're like, oh, okay, you can do it. Like you're acting like it's not there.
Pretend something didn't happen. Like when you catch your sibling trying to sneak out of the house after being grounded, and then they threaten you not to tell on them or else they'll punch you in your sleep. You turn a blind eye. Also, that's blackmail. Okay, I get the blind eye part, but why do you need to turn it? If you're already blind, you won't be able to see anyway, whether or not you're turned. That's redundant. Either turn or be blind. They both accomplish the same level of visual ignorance. If it was turn an eye blind, now that makes sense. It's just more morbid. Eat your heart out, to feel great sadness. Often used as a taunt towards someone to encourage jealousy or regret. My goodness, another gruesome idiom. It's bad enough that I have to take my heart out to be able to eat it, but then I gotta eat it. This expression is often used with the name of someone famous as if to make them feel jealous of your accomplishment. Hey, what do you think of my painting? Wow, look at that. Eat your heart out, Michelangelo, am I right? I'm already dead. In a pickle, to be in a troublesome situation. Look, you could have picked a ditch, a well, a chimney, anything that could contain a body. But a pickle? Hey, I got your message. Ran as fast as I can. What's wrong? Just help me out, no questions asked. It's all downhill from here, used to signify that the situation will only get worse from that point on. But going downhill's the best part! Think of all the things and activities you do going downhill. Skiing, sledding, biking, hell, walking. None of these are fun going uphill. I guess in its defense, the idiom could mean being out of control while going downhill, but honestly, you could be out of control at any level of steepness. I've fallen up the stairs just as much as I've fallen down them. Tickled pink. To be delighted. Yo, Reggie, got anything good for your birthday? Yeah, actually, my parents finally got me a Switch. Wow, you must be tickled pink. Yeah, you're right, I guess it only works for white people. Wouldn't be caught or seen dead. Used to express the extent of which one would never be in something, particularly clothes, places, or situations. Which which I don't understand, because when you're dead, you shouldn't be able to feel anything, let alone embarrassment. Ugh, Cindy, look at her top. I wouldn't be caught dead wearing something so ugly. Ugh.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure they don't find your body.
Happy as a clam, an exaggeration of happiness. The complete idiom is actually as happy as a clam at high tide, because that's when they're least likely to be attacked by predators, but many go with the shortened version in reference to how clams look like they're always smiling. Nope, I disagree. It's just the angle of which you're looking at them. If you look at them from this angle, it looks like they're frowning. And rightfully so, because I like clam chowder, and being delicious is not a compliment you should be smiling about. Goody two-shoes.
Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah. Anyway, I like Domix. It's a funny channel. The guy makes some cool videos. So yeah. Hopefully that was kind of interesting. You got some information. In general, like these kinds of idioms are not idiomatic language. There's a difference between them. Idiomatic language. One second. Idiomatic language is phrases such as like figurative phrases. So, for example, you can say something like, one second. I can't find the list. One moment. Okay, I found it, yeah. Things like to catch on, to turn something on its head, to take someone by surprise, to be cutting edge, it won't be long before something. These kinds of things that the meaning is not completely different than the words that are there, but it's just kind of different. Those kinds of phrases are very important, whereas idioms are not necessarily like 100% important. You don't have to start speaking using these kinds of like ideas during your test. Like, you know, you have to say something like, oh man, the weather was so bad, it was raining cats and dogs. Like, that's not necessary for you to do that. You can just use phrases that are like, catch on, it won't be long before something happens. These phrases also count as idiomatic language. It's kind of similar. So yeah, let's continue. Let me share my screen. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I'm gonna answer the questions and then we're gonna do some vocab. Okay. So today we have part 1 and part 3. I'm going to be answering some of these questions. Maybe we even have time for all of them. Remember, part 1 is like around 2 to 3 sentences, so I'm not going to be giving too long of an answer for part 1. So yeah, I'm going to choose several people. So if you want to help me today with your with listening to the vocab, then raise your hand. Yeah. Do. Okay, so Dior future lawyer Nozima, Aziza, Nadira, okay, one moment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Dildora, and Israel. So you guys are going to be listening for part 1. We're going to go like this. So listen for your name, and then I'm going to tell you which question you are going to be giving me the vocab for. Nadira, please mute yourself. All of you guys, just keep yourself muted until I call your name. Dior you're going to be question 1. Nozima, future lawyer Nozima, you're going to be question number 2. Nadira, you're going to be question number 3. Aziz, you're going to be question number 4. Dildora, you're going to be question number 5. Israel, you're going to be question number 6. There was one more person, but I think they left. So let's go with Lochenbeck. You're going to be question number 7. So let's get into it. Once again, Nadira, please mute yourself. Nadira, mute yourself. I can hear you breathing. Mute yourself. What do you mean, why? Mute yourself.
Question 3. Do you like to listen to music?
What? No, I'm going to answer. I think you are question 3. Yeah. Do you like to listen to music? So you have to listen to my vocab and write down the words that I'm using.
Okay.
Awesome. I Thank you. Please mute yourself while I'm speaking. Okay. So let's get into it. The first question is, how often do you go online? So remember, these are all part one questions. The person who is responsible for question number one, please start writing down the vocab. Let's get into it. How often do you go online? The internet is one of the most powerful tools of today, and I find that I go online most of the time. I think about 90% of my day is spent looking at things online, that being YouTube or my work, which is on Telegram, or sometimes even Instagram. I think that going online is one of the prime examples of a universal that everybody in the world does nowadays, except maybe some people in Africa, unfortunately. Okay. Person who was responsible for number one, Dior Beck, please say hi if you can hear me. What vocab did you hear me use? Dior Beck. Sir, please say hello. Dior Beck. I can't hear you. Your microphone is turned off, bro. I'm gonna give you 6 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Did somebody else write down the vocab that I used for this question?
May I answer?
Yes.
Okay, powerful tool.
Okay.
Spending look online.
Look online.
Yeah, spending online.
Okay.
Going online.
Okay.
Prime example.
Very good. Very nice. Good. That's it?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, please keep yourselves muted while I'm answering the questions. Okay, Lochenbeck, mute yourself right now. You have 2 seconds. Mute yourself. I know where you live. I will find you. Okay, now it's time for the second question. So here's the next question. Let's get into it. Next question is, Lochenbeck. Lochenbeck, mute yourself.
Hi,
Lochenbeck,
I'm here.
mute yourself.
I muted myself.
I can hear you. What do you mean you muted yourself?
Hi, I'm audible?
Yes,
I
you
audible?
should not be audible. I'm answering the questions right now.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so here's the next question.
Lochunbek sizdan ovoz o'chirishni so'rayapti.
Ha, tushundim.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the explanation. Okay, let's continue. Yes, here's the next question. What do you use the internet for? So, the second person, please listen for the vocab that I'm using, and we're going to be writing it down afterwards. I find that the internet can be very helpful for connections. Most of the people that I know, I actually keep in touch with through the internet. It's kind of funny, but I don't think I have any friends or people that I regularly talk to that I don't actually talk to on the internet. It's kind of a strange thing, but at the same time, it's very natural because the internet is an extension of the real world. And because of this, I feel like communication is also going to be extended through the internet. Another thing is work. I feel like work can be greatly I feel like work can be greatly there's a word. Sorry, greatly modernized through using the internet. Okay, cool. That's it. So the person who is responsible for the second question, I forgot who it was. Please unmute yourself. Hello? I think it was like, I don't remember who it was. Who did I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nazima. Yeah, it wasn't you. Perfect. So what vocab did you hear me use?
Yeah. First of all, helpful.
Okay.
Keep in touch.
Okay.
Regularly talk to.
Okay.
Extension. Extended. Greatly modernize.
Very nice. Good job. Great. Awesome. Very nice. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, So the person who's responsible for number 3, please write down the vocab. Here's the question. Do you like to listen to music? For many years now, music has been a very, very important part of my life. Every day I wake up, I like to browse the catalogs of different music services to find what kinds of new tracks have come out. And I feel like music greatly enriches. I'm going to write that down 1 second. Greatly enriches my daily experience, because while I'm doing different mundane tasks, I can make everything a lot more interesting for myself by listening to music. Okay, cool. There we go. I wrote down some of those words myself because I don't know whether you know them or not, but they're very important, so it's good to know them. So yeah. Yes. So the person who's responsible for number 3, please tell me some of the vocab that I used.
To browse catalog.
Browse catalogs.
Mhm.
Okay.
New tracks come out. New tracks come out.
Okay.
That's all that I could.
Okay. Cool. Not bad. Thank you so much. Good job, Nadira. All right. Let's move on to the next question. So question number 4. The person who's responsible for number 4, please get ready. Can you sing? Okay. Can you sing? No, I cannot sing. I've actually been in a choir before, which is like a group of people who are singing together. And I find that I'm a terrible singer. But I actually had quite a long history of rapping. I used to be a very big fan of Eminem, and I used to be able to rap a lot of his popular songs, like, for example, Rap God and, songs like that, etc. But nowadays, I'm not very fond of rapping or, singing as a whole. I actually prefer to listen to music that doesn't have any words at all, because I find that the music itself can have a very big, can have a very, very important message encoded within it. 1 second, I'm going to write that down. Do. Encoded within. Okay, perfect. So the person who is responsible for number 4, please say hi if you can hear me. Please say hi if you can hear me.
Hi.
Yo, so what vocab did you hear me use?
So, terrible singer, yeah, you said?
Yep.
So, to be fond of rapping, important message coded within it, yeah? You wrote this.
And encoded within. So yeah, we're gonna go over that. Also, for one of the questions, I forgot which one it was. I said over the years, which is also a very cool collocation, just so you guys know. All right, thank you so much. Okay, let's move on to the next person. Next question. So, person for the next question, please get ready. What is your favorite mode of transport? Okay, let's get into it. For this question, I kind of have several answers because I use different types of transport for different purposes. But for me, my favorite mode of transport would probably be rollerblades. Rollerblades are the types of shoes where you have like several wheels at the bottom and you can travel as if you are ice skating. And in general, rollerblading has been one of my biggest passions for the past couple of years. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to rollerblade for a while now because I have been doing a lot of work. But rollerblading is really fun because it makes me feel this accelerated pace. And I feel like I'm physically, I can feel the physicality of my movement rather than the purpose-driven transportation from one place to the other. 1 second. I'm going to write that down. Physicality of movement. Purpose-driven. This is some of the academic vocab that I've been talking about. I learned this phrase just recently. I think it was last month. As I said, learn 10 words every day, and this is the kind of language you're going to be using. I don't recommend you to try to use these words specifically on your test because they can be kind of difficult, but if you have this in your head, use it. Great vocab. Yeah, so person responsible for this question, please tell me what vocabulary you also heard me use.
Different purpose.
Okay.
Biggest passion. accelerating pace, and physical of physic physicality of movement.
Physicality. Good. Sorry, one sec. What word did you say after different purposes? Dildora.
Biggest passionate, I guess.
Passion. Good. Biggest passion. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let's move on to the next question. The next question is going to be, are clothes important to you? So, next person, please get ready. Even though I really appreciate fashion, I can say for a fact that clothes are actually not very important to me. Oftentimes, if you see me outside, you can say that I look like a homeless person. Actually, some people have said this before, including my mother. But I find that clothes aren't really that important. You know, as much as clothes can display your status and can display who you are as a person, and I think that fashion is like a form of art and that it should really be respected, I don't enjoy the daily hassle of having to choose exactly what shirt I'm going to be wearing, exactly what pants I'm going to be wearing. And, you know, I like looking nice, but I don't like spending all of that effort on something that really doesn't matter nearly as much as other parts of my life. Like, for example, the things that I'm saying or the work that I'm doing. So I can say that, no, clothes are not important for me. All right, awesome. So next person, please say hi if you can hear me.
Hi.
Yo. So what's the vocab?
Okay, it was homeless person.
Homeless person, yeah.
Yeah, then steady something I didn't get that. Steady something that only my mother knew me. You said.
Oh.
I couldn't write it fully.
I guess I said, which is something that even my mother has said, I guess. Anyway, yeah, continue, next one.
A form of art. And the last one, daily hustle.
Good. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's continue. Okay, last word. Last person, please get ready. What kind of clothes do you usually wear? I guess I have three forms of outfit that I wear, three different like groups of outfit. The first group are the clothes that I wear at home and the clothes that I wear for tasks that are not important. For example, if I'm going out at night and not a lot of people are going to see me, if I am just hanging out with my friends that, you know, I don't need to look good for, or if I'm like doing some kind of work at home that is very intensive, which means I need to focus a lot, these are the clothes that I'll be wearing. Very comfortable, not very good looking. The next level are the clothes that I wear if I need to impress somebody, maybe some kind of business partner or something like that, but not for work. So for example, not for different kinds of lectures, just clothes that look pretty good. And the last are the clothes that I wear when I really, really need to look good. When I need to, you know, dish out a nice look. Gotta look killer. So these kinds of outfits are going to be like business suits or different kinds of sets that have the same color, and in general they look quite nice. Yeah. Okay, so last person, please say hi if you can hear me. Hello.
Hi.
Yo, what? You're not the last person. Don't lie to me. Israel was the last person, I think, right?
No, I was at sixes. I said.
Lochenbeck, what did you do?
Can I say the vocabulary?
Lochenbeck. Why? Why? What? This was the last question. Okay, Israel, you can do the next question. What, did you write down the vocab for question number 6, Israel?
I have wrote down.
What about Israel?
No, I was the sixth one.
Oh, did you already say your words?
Yes, I said.
I didn't see it. Okay, thank you. Lochenbeck, yeah, you can say your vocab. Bruh, I'm sorry. I'm really tired, guys. It's 10 p.m. Okay, what vocab did you hear me use?
Outfit and hang out. Intensive. Impress somebody.
Wait 1 second.
Dish out.
Intensive. I guess I said intensive work, yeah. Dish out.
Yes. Dish out. And you said something killer. I couldn't hear.
Killer look, I guess.
Yes, I think that. And a business suit.
Good. Here's one more word that I think is just a cool word, enticing. I don't remember whether I used this word today, but it's a good word that I just remembered. Okay, awesome. So thank you all so much. Great job. Is that it, Lochenbeck?
Yes.
Good. So let me go through the words and let me explain what each of them means. Lochenbeck, please mute yourself. Yeah. Alex vocab. Vocab from Alex. Let's get into it. Let's do this. I'm going to underline the words that are just good collocations. So they're not necessarily difficult. You don't need to like learn them specifically, but they are, good collocations. 1 second. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, just good collocations. Spending time online, going online. Prime example. Prime means like very important or the most important. So prime example means like the most important example. Keep in touch, great collocation. This also means like, to keep talking to them after some years. You probably know this. Extension of life. This means like, what I was talking about here is I said like, the internet is an extension of life, which means that like the internet is like the next step. It's not necessarily a different space, it's just like the next space. Greatly modernized, great collocation. Man, look at this. I'm using good collocations. Good job, Alex. Greatly enriches. Enriches means to make something better or to make something more. It doesn't necessarily mean to make someone more rich. It just means to make something more complicated, to make something better, to take it to the next level. Mundane tasks. Mundane means boring, not interesting. Browse catalogs. Browse means to look through. This is also a great collocation. New tracks coming out. Tracks means like music tracks. Encoded within. Encoded means like the information inside of something. Usually you can use this to talk about like the idea encoded within, which means the idea inside of something. Terrible singer, literally me. Over the years, which means like through the years. Great collocation, just learn this. To be fond of means to like something. Great collocation, I like it. Important message. Physicality of movement. Physicality of movement means like the physical aspect. So there's like, when you're moving from one place to another, it's just like, okay, I need to travel. But the physicality of movement is talking about like, okay, to get from here to here, I have to walk. To walk, I have to move my leg like this and then like this and like this. And it's like the whole process. You don't think about it because your body naturally walks. You don't need to think about walking. But for example, whenever you are like rollerblading or whenever you are, bicycling, when you're on a bicycle, you have to think about how you're moving actually. So it's like a kind of a different feeling. Purpose driven means something that is created for some kind of specific purpose. Different purposes, biggest passion. Accelerated pace means very quick pace, fast. Homeless person, literally me. A form of art, Daily hassle means daily problems. Hassle means like something that you have to do, which is boring. Outfit, that makes sense. Hang out, like, chill with your friends. Intensive work means like difficult work that you have to really think about. Dish out means to give or to kind of like, just Google it. It's kind of a difficult word. Killer look means great look, looks very nice. It doesn't mean you're literally killing someone. Business suit makes sense. And enticing means like very interesting or very attractive, something you really like. So that is about it. That is about it. What? Is that Chinese? That's about it. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you all so much for joining me on lesson 14. Starting from the next lesson, we're going to be giving feedback. So we're going to compile a list of the people that have been doing the homework over the lessons, and we're going to be giving feedback to every single student. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you all so much. Remember that on the 10th, we are going to start IELTS Start, which means that the course for every single section. If you want to get If you want to get lessons for all the sections from me personally, then you should join that course. There is information on the channel Alex Native IELTS. You can look there. It will also have speaking, but it'll be a bit less, and most of the information you have already found in this course. But the focus is on the rest of the sections. So yeah, have a great day, everyone. Thank you all so much. See you guys. Bye-bye.